Yeah, look, it's been obviously a long time. I'm extremely grateful for the career I've had to date. When you just told me that just before, and then I look now, it's 2020. It's a long, long time ago. But look, I'm just still excited to be part of the great game, cricket. I absolutely love it, and I'll cherish it for the rest of my life. And I'm just excited to be, being a part of playing for one, Australia, and two, obviously part of the IPL. Yeah, look, obviously we've got a great connection. Me, Trevor and Brad, we're all from New South Wales. Played a lot of cricket with Brad. It's great to have them on board. I trust they'll do a fantastic job. Brad has had a great cricket career, and now he's starting out in his coaching career. And obviously Trev Bayliss, he coached New South Wales, coached England, coached many other countries, and he always does a great job. Might not say much, but he does a great job with the guys. And I think this year we've got to try and get him to dance and stuff, and we'll get it all on social media. So I'll be the one pushing that. There's not really many things. Everything that Brad always does is good. But there was an incident, I think it was James Faulkner. He went to go give him a hug after taking a wicket and poked him in the eye, and that wasn't really nice. But you always get a laugh out of someone getting hurt. I don't know why. But that's one memory. But the other one was, he was wicket keeping in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, and I had to take the gloves. From that day on, I respected him a lot more, because it's a very, very difficult job. Especially, I think Yunus Khan, I dropped him in the morning at gully on 100, and then I missed the stumping when he was on 200. Yeah, look, it was great to catch up with Kane. Unfortunately, the last test he was sick. But it was a great battle against New Zealand. It's always great playing against them at home. It was their first Boxing Day test in, I think, 70 years, so it was fantastic to have them around. But to reunite with Kane again was great. We always have good laughs. We didn't have a dartboard this time, so he couldn't beat me, which he always does. But he's always a gentleman on and off the field. I got no other words to explain him, but a true gentleman. And I can't wait to catch up with him again during our one-day series over there, and obviously spending some quality time with him over here in India. Yeah, the core faces obviously back in the team is fantastic. We talk about having a nice family unit, a family trust, and that we've got. And it's always good to have that team together. We galvanise well. Our culture at Sunrise Family is exceptional. We've got fantastic owners. They always look after the players, make us feel comfortable, and the staff that we have are fantastic. And I'd like to welcome the new players that have come on board. Fellow teammate, Mitch Marsh. You don't know what you're in for when we have our parties, because you have to dance, and he's one person who cannot dance, so we have to get some rhythm out of him. And to all the other players that got picked up in the auction, welcome to you guys. You're coming into a great family, a great team, and it's all fun. Away from cricket, it's always a lot of fun. We play a lot of ping pong, we play a lot of darts, we have lots of dancing, and on the field, it's just about going out there and expressing yourself and playing with freedom, because this game is about having fun, and we really hope you enjoy being on board with us. Yeah, look, the last year's been exciting. Obviously had the opportunity with SunRisers to come and play last year's IPL and build a platform from there to move into a World Cup. I had some success here at the IPL, and the momentum leading into the World Cup helped me immensely. Then it was my first red ball back as well, and that was a difficult period for myself. I probably erred away from backing myself in the way that I normally do in Test match cricket. And then coming back and playing the 2020s was about clearing my mind and having fun. And yeah, I just backed myself to try and hit the ball to all parts of the ground that I can. And I think that sort of put me back at ease a little bit to have that freedom to go on into having a big summer. And I think that was probably the start of where my summer really started. I was hungry to score runs, because I didn't score many runs in the Ashes, and just to do well for my country and contribute to the top order, and I managed to do that. And so hopefully I can keep continuing that on this next 12 months. Yeah, look, it was very special when I scored that 300. It's something that you don't really think of until you're about 10 runs away, to be honest, and that was the first time. I thought about it against New Zealand in Perth when I was on, I think I was 200 odd not out overnight. There was a lot of talk about it. But this time in Adelaide, it was more, I just felt like I wasn't going to get out. And the only way I was going to get out was if I got myself out. And I think the hunger and determination from not having a good Ashes series really said to myself just to make the most of it and really, try and score as many runs as you can. So, yeah, look, it was a special feeling. You don't ever dream of scoring 300. You dream of scoring 1 run or 100 in your career. But the score of 300 was a different feeling altogether. And hopefully one day I might get the opportunity to take on Brian Lara's record. Yeah, it was quite bizarre meeting Brian. I played golf in a golf event at home, and he was there, and he said to me that he really wanted me to break the record. He wants to see someone break it because records are there to be broken. And at the end of the day, we had to win the game. There was weather about, and I accepted and actually, acknowledged the fact that we needed to, get on with it, and rain wasn't in our favour. So we had to go out there and bowl and try and take 20 wickets on, which was a difficult wicket to take wickets on. So we did the right thing, but to meet Brian was awesome again. Yeah, it was bizarre. Like, I went out there just to try and get bat on ball first, and then we got off to a flying start. We were doing well, and then sort of it just kept on happening. I kept on hitting gaps, kept on running hard. But it was a special feeling because it was my birthday, and generally when you have these occasions, you're generally with your friends or your family, and I was playing cricket again, which generally always gets in the way of sometimes a good time. So, but it was great for just to go out there and score runs and put runs on the board. No, there's no real backstory. I think just when I scored my first 100, I just jumped with elation. Like, I think as a kid, always in the backyard, I was just jumping. You see a lot of celebrations around the world when you grow up, and I think just for me, it sort of just stuck, and you get excited because at the end of the day, there's not too many times you get to do that. I think if I look back, I've played over like 600 or 700 games of cricket, and I've only done it like 50 times. So you got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy it. Yeah, it's bizarre now that my kids are at the age where they're pretending to be different players. Ivy likes being Aaron Finch. Indy, always it's Virat, or she calls Steve Smith Steve Miff. They like being Mitchell Starc bowling, Pat Cummins bowling. But yeah, that day, for some reason, we're watching a replay on TV, and Virat was playing, and she came outside and started playing, and she turned around saying, "I'm Virat Kohli," and I just was like, what? You watch me, you watch the other guys, we're playing around, and you watch one little snippet and you want to be Virat Kohli. So, kids are beautiful. What can I say about Virat that I haven't said before? The biggest thing, I think, is just competitor. The way he goes about it, he's got a humble nature about him, but on the field he's determined to always win. He's passionate. Sometimes we headbutt on the field. We like, the banter. We've grown up from each other from a young age, which has always been that sort of banter in the field, which is fantastic. And it hasn't gone anywhere. When we're on the field, we're always sort of like looking at each other, smiling or nodding or doing something. And it's quite fantastic, I think. To be able to grow up with these guys that you play against and stay close friends with them, and still have that competitive edge on the field is fantastic, and that's what this game's about. And I think that's one thing that's special about IPL, that has got guys from other nations together. When you play against each other, it can be different, but then you're in the team with each other. You don't understand what people are about and how they play the game, what their off-field life is like, how they grew up. You don't know these things, and I think when you get together in a team environment and you spend one-on-one time for 6 to 8 weeks, you learn a lot about each other. And I think that's what's the beauty about IPL, and that's why I think the game is moving in a great spirit cricket way. Yeah, look, I spent a lot of time with my family. I think these are the days You know, I look back and had a lot of people with me that have played with me and against me that always talk about cherishing the younger moments of your kids. And I want them to experience what I'm experiencing at a young age, because I never got that opportunity. You know, no one in my family was doing what I was doing, so I'm very fortunate to be able to have them travel with me. But in saying that, you know, I'd miss a lot of things. You know, through playing the game of cricket. Indy's birthday is in a couple of days, so I'll miss her birthday. But I'll have a special birthday for her when I get home, and I want to wish her a happy birthday. You know, my wife does a fantastic job. You know, it's never hard. It's never easy being a parent just of one child, but of 3 kids. You know, she's a special person. It takes a special human being to do that without your husband being around. We're fortunate enough to have family close by, and that help out a lot. But you know, to have a supporting wife like Candice is absolutely magnificent. And you know, I got no words to describe how much, one, I love her and care for her, and what she does for my little girls while I'm away is, you know, it's inspiring. It really is. And you know, credit goes out to my wife, and you know, I love her very much. Yeah, you know, Orange Army fans, hello out there. Look, it's great to be back in India. Obviously, we're not playing in Hyderabad, we're here in Mumbai at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to getting back and amongst our home state. I can't thank you guys enough for your support. It means a lot to us. This year, I promise we'll get more social media stuff out. I might take the camera out, or I will take the camera out and start doing some blogging with some of the players to interact, especially with some of the Indian players. We'll get them out and about. We'll see the funny side of what those players are like. And I might go around out into the streets and see what Hyderabad is really like, and meet some of the people on the streets, so we can get that sort of bond together, because sometimes it's quite crazy out there and we don't want to create a stir or anything, but we should go out, give back to the people out there that are really supporting us, and get some players on board with me, and maybe even take a tuk-tuk for a drive. But thank you for your support, I really appreciate it, and look forward to the IPL season coming 2020.